Hi guys, this is Audrine, also known as MovPie on pretty much all social media. And a while ago I did a post, 3 days ago, I'd made a post on Instagram that said ask me some questions, so I'm going to answer them. So the first question is, who's your favorite pony? It's ModPie, or from the main six it's Pinkie Pie, but like season 1 and season 2 Pinkie Pie before she just became comic relief. What was my first OC? I'll try and find a picture of it and pull it up here. But her name was Sunshine. She was a white pony with yellow hair because I used to want to be blonde. And I didn't know what her cutie mark was going to be, and I showed this girl who was like kind of not really mean to me. She was mean to everyone. But I showed it to her and I was like, I don't know what to make her cutie mark. And so she took my paper and she drew a smile face on it, and I was like, that's perfect. And that was my OC for a while. When did I first start drawing? I really hate the question that, well, not the question, I really hate the answer that's when I first picked up a pencil, because it's like everybody did that. So I think a better question, not a better question, a better answer would be, when did you first take drawing as a job idea? But I first got really into art in 8th grade, which I know I have another question here, so I'll just answer it now. It was pretty much, what inspired you? How did you start drawing? Stuff like that. My ex-best friend did drawings, and at the time she wasn't even my friend, and I really liked her art. I was like, holy shit, this is the best art I've ever seen. And she called them vectors, and I was like, what the heck is that? So I looked it up, and I found out she used GIMP, so I tried to use GIMP at first, and all I remember from that was crying on the floor, because it made no sense. And then I told my dad about it, and he was like, you know we have Adobe Illustrator, right? And I was like, what the heck is that? And he's like, it's the vectoring program that like professionals use. And I was like, oh my god, Dad, sign me up. And then I used, on DeviantArt, there's a My Little Pony vector group thing, and they had tutorials. And that's how I learned, with a lot of crying, in 8th grade. What's my favorite My Little Pony episode? That's a hard one. Probably one with ModPie in it. I actually just finished watching all of season 6 on Netflix yesterday, and I really liked that ModPie episode. Like, I teared up to it because I'm like a 12-year-old. What's my favorite food? That one's really hard because I really like to eat food. I'm gonna say I'm really into burritos lately. Yeah. My favorite color is blue. Most people think it's pink because I wear a lot of pink, but I wear pink because when I was little everybody would tell me, oh, you look so pretty in pink, and so I was like, okay, I'll just wear pink, but it's blue. My whole room is actually painted blue, but you can't see it. What's my favorite animal? Penguins. I love penguins. I pet a penguin once, and I cried. I have a picture of me petting a penguin, but I look really ugly in it. My favorite show? It's actually not My Little Pony. I love X-Files more than anything. I also really like Grey's Anatomy. And I'm trying to think what else I like. Dexter. I kind of like American Horror Story. I haven't watched the newest season yet. I started watching it and then I got distracted. Do I like pizza? I'm vegan, but I like pizza without cheese and with pineapple on it. I like to get it from Papa John's. Can you teach me how to draw better? I probably couldn't because I'm still working on drawing better. It's just a lot of practice and Googling how to draw. When I first started, I traced My Little Pony screenshots. I would print them out, draw over them. Not the best idea, but it helped. Favorite pony artist? That's a really hard one. like in the fandom, I'm gonna have to go with my best friends, Audra Heim and Pinkie Posh, and also Star Sketcher. Yeah, my good friends. They're all wonderful artists. Oh, I really like Cinnamon Heart's art. She's not really that much of a My Little Pony artist as much, but I always commission her to draw my ponies. Do I like warm weather better or cold? I think I like warm weather more because I like to wear crop tops and short shorts, and cold weather, I'm not made to do that. Do you prefer traditional or digital art better? Probably digital art because it's all I do. Nobody ever commissions me for traditional art, which is fine because I'm kind of a noob at that. I'm actually secretly really good at painting. I just really think it's boring, so I never do it. I haven't done it for like 2 years, but when I did it, I was like a Picasso. Not really, but it's pretty close. Do I play Pokemon Go? I do. Not as intense as everybody else does because I don't go out at all, ever. Do I like or know what anime is? Yes, I used to be a huge weeaboo. In 8th grade, my favorite band was Vocaloid, and I own like 3 or 4 Vocaloid CDs, and I have a shelf dedicated to my anime figures. My favorite anime character, not anime, my favorite Vocaloid character is Lily. She's lesser known, but my favorite anime is Kyokai no Kanata or Beyond the Boundary. Most people don't know about it. I cosplay as her at like every anime convention though. Do I consider all my followers my friends? No. But I do consider the people who will consistently like my posts and comment on my posts and talk to me as my friends. The ghost followers, you know, I can't consider those people friends because I don't know who they are. People who talk to me, I'm like, yeah, sure. We're cool. When did I decide to go vegan? I decided to go vegan about 2 years ago. I was born and raised as a vegetarian. I watched Earthlings, one of the really popular vegan documentaries, and I was like, cows and chickens die for my cheese and eggs. So that happened. How did I meet Audra Heim and Pinkie Posh? We seem really close, and this person is curious of how it became that way. So I met both of them off of Tumblr. I used to be not really popular on Tumblr, popular enough on Tumblr. I had like 6,000 followers, but then I became less active. All my followers became inactive, so I remade, and now I only have like 100 followers. But I met both of them from Tumblr. I met Pinkie about like 4 or 5 years ago because I live in Hawaii and they used to live in Hawaii. And I reblogged a post about something in Waikiki about like these cars with french fries in it, and I was like, this is bullshit. I live in Hawaii and this isn't true. And Pinkie was like, I lived in Hawaii and I know exactly what they're talking about. And that's my first memory of me and Pinkie actually interacting. But we only recently started talking a lot. And then Audra had this really cute icon of her as cosplaying as Madoka, you know, from Madoka Magica, and behind her she had her ponies, and I was like, oh my god, she's really cute, I'm gonna follow her. And that's how it happened. Do I like to read? If so, what's my favorite book series? I don't read a lot. No, I don't even read like school books. In my senior year, I did read all of my books thanks to Mr. Nips. He was the best English teacher I've ever had. I read all of the books, I annotated all of them, I got super into it. I was the 3rd best student in my class, which is pretty impressive because in freshman year I failed everything. But that's because I'm a mess. My favorite book series would be Maximum Ride. I haven't read it in forever, but it's always in my heart. Favorite background pony. Does Honeybuzz count as a background pony? she's not really in the show, but she's a toy and she is my love. And if Hasbro came to me and they were like, you could put your pony in the show, I'd probably be like, but could you put Honey Buzz in the show? I've always been curious about this. How in the MLP fandom are you? I know you have a huge collection, but are you still up to date with the episodes? And I haven't seen any Discord collectibles in your collection, and I'm really curious about your thought on that character. I read this as 3 days ago, and I was like, I should watch the episodes before I record this. So, I'm fake. I never watch the episodes anymore. I just draw the ponies and collect them because I love the toys. But I'm gonna say season 6 is probably one of my favorite seasons after season 2. I feel like kind of like season 3 to season 5 are all kind of like a blur on did that really happen? Was that real? And then season 6 came and you're like, this show has got it back. And then for Discord, I went to the My Little Pony fair with my friends, and the Comic-Con exclusive was Discord and Fluttershy, so I have that. Well, Audra has that and she's eventually gonna mail it to me, and I know that's gonna happen. And then I have, let me see if I can get this out. I have him. He was on sale at Hot Topic, a buy one get one for $1. And I'm pretty sure I got him while I was working at Hot Topic, so I got also my discount. I forgot how much that was. I'm sure you could Google how much the discount is for that. Those are all my Discord items. He's a cool character actually. I hope to never draw him just because he looks difficult. I know some people really like drawing him. Not me. Any advice for aspiring artists? I'd say other than drawing every day, practice. No, that's the same thing. Frick. I feel like networking is very important and talking to people. When I first started drawing, especially on Instagram, I would kind of go to all the people with 15,000 followers, and I would talk to them and I'd follow them, and then sometimes I'd see people who would follow me who had a lot of followers, and I'd be like, what? And so I would follow them back, and then I would talk to them, and they're usually really nice. I like to talk to Tony Fleeks, one of the My Little Pony comic book artists. We're Facebook friends. I'm hoping to get a job at Hasbro and have him help me out. But other than that, practice and just don't give up. Sometimes there's times where you won't want to draw. Don't force yourself to draw. Talk to your friends, have fun, enjoy life. Has anyone ever stolen art? Ever in the world? Because that happens every day. Has anybody ever stolen art from me? Constantly. When I was younger, I used to get really mad about it, and I would post about it, and I'd be ask them to take it down too, because they would ignore me. But now I've learned about Instagram's copyright infringement setting when you report it, and I just have to fill in a lot of personal information over and over again. I wish they could let me log in and just store it there, but they don't want to have it. Do I like receiving art, or is it just a little overwhelming sometimes? I love receiving art. I receive more digital than traditional art, but all traditional art mailed to me is on my door, and every time I leave my room, I see it and I smile. My answer for that, usually right away, is, Identity Disorder by Of Mice and Men. That one's really good. I love the front bottoms. You could play the front bottoms and I'd be screaming it in 2 seconds. I kind of skipped some of the questions to just get to this one. Everybody wants to know about you and Punk Answer Us. So people were asking, will I marry Pinkie Posh? And Pinkie asked me if I would marry them. If I didn't have a boyfriend that I was in love with and I've been dating for 3 years, it's 100% possible that I would marry Pinkie Posh. What inspires me to this day? watching My Little Pony really does make me want to draw My Little Pony, although I barely ever watch My Little Pony anymore, because you can't really, like, I mean, I guess I could watch and draw it if I have it on my TV. But other than that, my friends inspire me every day, artists I follow on Instagram. Everybody always has, like, their artists that are, like, really famous, like Picasso and stuff. I know nothing about that at all, which is really bad at me because I go to art school. But my friends inspire me every day. My friend Cry ILY wants to know if I could be their adopted child with one of my wives. That's fine. You can be my child. I'm a very bad mother because I can't cook anything. I can't even cook ramen, so you're gonna die of hunger, but it'll be okay. How did you get into the show and what inspired you to become a G1/G2 artist? I've actually never heard my art being called a G1/G2 art, but I do like that a little bit. I got into the show in 8th grade. I hated it. I went to a new school and I had like one friend and everybody else kind of hated me. And my like one friend, I sat at this table where like nobody was really nice to me. I just sat there until they accepted that I wasn't gonna leave, and then they started liking me, which is kind of how life works, I think. I hope, because that's what I've been doing. If it's wrong, holy shit. But my friend was like, you should watch My Little Pony, it's really good. And I was like, but isn't that a kid's show? And they were like, yeah. And then another kid I knew would draw My Little Pony, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. I want to draw My Little Pony. And like, you can't draw My Little Pony without seeing it, right? Especially in 8th grade, when it's like the meme, like watching My Little Pony and Wing Boners. Does anybody remember that? So I watched it and I thought it was the most boring show ever. Which honestly, the first like 3 episodes are really boring. Like, I could pull my hair out. But I stopped watching it, and then season 2 came out, and then all of my friends were like, you have to watch it. It's actually like really, really good now. And I was like, I already watched the first season. Maybe I'll watch it when it comes out on Netflix. I ended up watching the 2nd season, loving it a lot. And then I made a Tumblr in 8th grade, and I was like, how funny would it be if like people on Tumblr liked My Little Pony knowing nothing about bronies, and then people liked My Little Pony, and I was like, oh my god, this is so funny, and that's how it all began, and my life went downhill. Around how many figures and plushies do you have, and around what age did you start collecting? Whatever age 8th grade is. I was, when I became a huge ass brony, I was very against the toys that did not show up in the show, which I extremely regret because I had spent a lot of money on those old toys. I will count my toys for you, Ashi Babulet. I'll be right back. So I started counting all of them. I got to my shelf that's on my left and the one behind me, and those two are more or less 303, excluding fakies and some accessories I have. I was gonna count my favorite part of my room, which you can see on Instagram. I post it sometimes, but that part is covered in boxes. I don't feel like moving boxes just to count them, but I'm gonna say 450, 500-ish. I have a problem. Yeah, I just... Anyways, was there ever a time where I lost interest in My Little Pony? The TV show, when I first watched it, so not into it, and now I'm not as into it. I'm more into it for the toys, for the drawings, for the friends. Planning on going to BronyCon next year just to meet people, talk to people, take pictures with my friends / followers, because I had a lot of friends who went this year, but My Little Pony Fair and BronyCon were on the same days, which is bad. Like, you lose money, but whatever, I'm not in charge of either of those, so it's okay. Yeah, I think those are all of the questions. There were some doubles and stuff, but I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If I don't know what other videos I should do, so if you have any other ideas, comment below on what I should do, because I'd love to actually do things with my YouTube channel other than speed paints. So thanks. Like, comment, subscribe, check out my Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, DeviantArt for Affinity, any social media thing I'm probably there, located at MavedPie, or MavedPie. I think that's funny when you guys pronounce it that way. Thanks for watching!